Hey everyone, Josh from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com. Today we're in Yosemite National Park, hiking to Illilouette Falls. Illilouette Falls is accessed from Glacier Point Road, which means driving all the way out to Glacier Point about an hour from the valley or taking the shuttle when it's running. There's a lot of parking at Glacier Point, but it can fill up during busy summer days. This waterfall is one of the least visited in the park, and it's over 370 feet tall. It's only visible by hiking and not from any of the park's roads like other waterfalls in Yosemite. Here's what the trail looks like. 2 miles to Illilouette Falls on Panorama Trail. Check out this view right from the start. I think it's going to be a beautiful trail. This trail is a part of the Panorama Trail, which goes 10 miles from Glacier Point down into the Yosemite Valley. It's an incredibly popular trail when the shuttle is running between the valley and Glacier Point, as you only have to hike downhill. When the shuttle isn't running though, it's 1,000 feet back up to Glacier Point after seeing the waterfall. This is our view the entire way. Waterfalls and Half Dome. The views along the way are absolutely stunning, with Half Dome in the distance and many views of the Mist Trail's 2 waterfalls, Vernal and Nevada Falls. Both my dad and I loved this trail and agreed it's some of the best views we've seen while hiking in Yosemite National Park. The trail goes in and out of the shade, but you can basically plan on being in the sun 80% of the time. Stream crossing. There's our first view of the top of Illilouette Falls down there. Still got a ways to go. Check out how different Half Dome looks from this angle. It's pretty cool to see how it's changing as we hike the trail. We got about a half mile left to the overlook for the falls. We talked to multiple people who have told us that that's the best turnaround point, that there's no reason to go down to the creek because you can't see the waterfall from there. So we're just gonna go to the overlook and then we're gonna start the hike back up. At this point, you'll basically be going down on switchbacks all the way to the overlook. So we reached a junction, 0.9, but it's definitely not really 0.9 based on the people we've talked to. But don't miss this, it goes that way. You don't wanna go that way. You wanna follow the sign down. I can hear the waterfall down there somewhere. After coming down this last set of switchbacks, there's the waterfall right on the other side of that. We made it to the overlook for Illilouette Falls. It's got Half Dome behind it. Really cool. When you get to the overlook, note that there's no safe way down to the base of the waterfall from this area, so you'll just have to take it in from up here. Also, be really careful when you're at the viewing area for the falls. The rock is really slippery and there's no railing, so be very careful if you get close to the edge. That being said, it's an amazing waterfall to see with a pretty epic viewpoint, plus it's one of those waterfalls that a lot of people miss on their trips to Yosemite. That waterfall was really cool to see. Now it's 2 miles and 1,000 feet of elevation back to the car. It's a little bit warm, so might take us a little bit longer, but it was worth it for that hike. My dad pointed out that there's a face on the side of Half Dome. I had no idea what he was talking about. When I looked at it from this angle, it looks like a face. Do you see it? Let me know in the comments. All right, so if you're interested in hiking Half Dome, here's what the trail looks like. You start from down in the valley down there. You go up the Mist Trail to the top of Vernal. Then you cross a bridge and then you go back over to Nevada and you switch back up that left side. Then when you get to the top of that, there's a little bathroom. It's the last bathroom on the trail, and you keep going back into that forest. Then you take the forest all the way across to the saddle that's behind Half Dome. Then you have to climb to the subdome, which is kind of like where this thing is right here. And then you have to climb the cables to the top. It's about 8 miles and 5,000 to 6,000 feet of elevation. We're a little bit over halfway back to Glacier Point.
And when you're halfway down, you can get a glimpse of the falls over there already where you're headed, Illilouette. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can see the falls down there. You can also see Half Dome. Nice work, Pops. We made it back to Glacier Point.
Yeah. I agree with Josh. You cannot hardly imagine a more beautiful hike than this.
Well said. It is amazing. Thanks for exploring Illilouette Falls with us. You can see all of my Yosemite videos in the description, and we'll see you on the next video.